Brian, what more are we learning about their final moments before impact? Did the plane pitch? And can you explain what that means?
Yeah, Anna, it's kind of disturbing to think about. At the NTSB press conference yesterday, they explained that there was an increase in pitch at the very last moment before the crash. And what that likely means is that the pilots of the American Airlines plane spotted the helicopter at the last moment and tried to pull up. That could be the reason that there was that increase in pitch. You mentioned questions about what the Black Hawk pilots were able to see. We know they had night vision goggles on board. That was also confirmed yesterday by the NTSB, but they say at this point they don't know whether they were actually wearing the night vision goggles during the flight. I want to step out of the way, though, and show you what's happening out here, Anna, right now in the river, because this is interesting. There's a barge that has pulled up just within the last couple of minutes with that red crane on it that is slowly working its way over to the part of the river where the airplane is sitting. We know it's about 8 feet of water. This is a Navy crew that's come in, and they are actually going to be the ones, likely starting this afternoon and tonight, to pull the airplane up out of the water. That is the only way we're told that they can get the remaining victims out of the plane. So that is just about to start here in a little while. I also want to show you video, Anna, from earlier today, and this is just heartbreaking. Basically this morning, they brought all of the family members of the victims out here. They escorted them out. You can see all the police motorcycles there. They brought them out in vans, and they all stood out right on the river at the edge of the runway to sort of take this moment in, to be able to see where this happened before they finally removed the wreckage. And they also put a wreath. You can't see it very well, but it's out there. They put a wreath out there over the spot in the water where the airplane is. Anna?
The deadliest air disaster in a generation, Brian. First responders have been successfully able to retrieve all the bodies of the Army service members in that Black Hawk, and they've all three been identified. What more can you tell us about all this?
Yeah, so the Black Hawk was upside down in the water. They were able to get one of the service members out relatively quickly. The other two, it took more time just because of the way the Black Hawk was positioned. They have now removed them all. I was talking to a firefighter yesterday. It was just heartbreaking, explaining that, you know, the way they had to do that, and the whole thing is just awful. It's the names of these service members: Captain Rebecca Loback, she is from North Carolina; Ryan O'Hara, a 28-year-old from Georgia, and also Andrew Eves, who is from Maryland. So their remains have now been removed, and we are told the rest of the people who are inside the airplane, likely they will be recovered soon, now that that crane has arrived out here to the scene. Anna?
NewsNation's Brian Entin, thank you so much for that great reporting out there. And you, along with a lot of our other reporters, have talked about the congestion in this area. Some have said it's one of the busiest and one of the most dangerous areas right there because of that congested airspace. There were 3 near misses in the last handful of years that our producers were able to get the audio from. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
This is alert 3. Crash. This is alert 3.
2784, go straight ahead, quick. I got traffic, short final.
Yankee 2134, cancel takeoff, clearance. Speaking 0 Alpha, go around.
Turn November, my number, aircraft 27 26.
Stop. Southwest 2937, stop.
And Brian, it's eerie to hear that, isn't it? And then we have this tragedy that comes last week. Do you think, you know, sometimes it takes a tragedy for there to be change? What do you think?
Yeah, and look, you mentioned how busy this airport is. This runway alone at DCA is the busiest runway in America. Even when you're standing out here, it is constant with the planes taking off and landing, and it's a short runway. There already has been some change. The FAA has decided to limit this entire area now to helicopters. It's now a no-fly zone for helicopters. You know, there was a lot of helicopter traffic here. You heard what you guys just played. They've had a lot of near misses with the helicopters, all the military training flights that go through, and the police helicopters. They use the river as almost like a roadway. So now the helicopters will be kept out, at least for the time being. Hopefully, that's the beginning of changes that'll be made.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.